Thank you, Lester, for that report. In other news, a group of area mothers have come together to show their sons how to get in touch with their more feminine sides. Find out about their heartwarming work after this commercial message.
What is life? For most of us, it's something we feel we have no control over, something our souls are shackled to that we must try to make the best of. The luckiest of us see it and feel it as a joyous gift. But what do we do when things are going wrong? That's where we come in here at the Cove. The Cove is a full life rehabilitation center, and here we do what we can to help salvage new life out of what, to many, feels like a lost cause. If you're ready to transform yourself into an entirely new person, call 1-800-843-2683 to set up a stay at the Cove.
Welcome back. A group of protesters have...
Hello? Yes, my name is Meg Knotts, and I'd like to check myself in as soon as possible. When's your first opening? Oh, right now, really? Great. Pack a bag and, where are you located exactly? So what airport should I fly into? I'll buy the first available ticket for tomorrow. Thanks. Never mind. Talk to you later.
Drive you to the Cove, correct. Shall we go to the car now, or do you have any last-minute business to attend to?
Oh, no business. Just hard to believe I'm really doing this.
Most people feel that way. Don't worry, though. It'll pass. This way.
What's your name?
Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to disclose my name with you, and seeing as you'll never see me again, it seems irrelevant anyway. Since we are alone in the car, I can safely assume anyone you address is me.
What can you tell me about the Cove?
Well, for one, they're incredibly efficient and professional. They do wonderful things for those who need it most.
Are you the chauffeur or the PR person?
It's not my place to say anything more specific. Anyways, we'll be there soon enough, and it's unlikely anything I say will change that.
Are we here?
No. But before we go any further, there are some security measures we'll need to go over. I'll need you to put these on.
Seriously? Next you'll be telling me this is where I sign my name in blood.
No, ma'am. This is for the safety of those at the Cove as well as for your own benefit. I'm afraid I can't explain why, so you'll just have to trust me. If you don't put them on, I'll let you out of the car and you can find your own way back to the airport. You'll receive a partial refund. I still get paid for driving you to the Cove and back, and that's that. No follow-up calls, no hassle to get you come back. Or you can put them on, and we can continue our trip. Your choice.
I made it this far. Whatever you have planned for me has to be better than what I've got.
Your room is right over here. At first, you will be monitored at all times except for when you use the restroom. But as you show progress, you will be given more leniency to act for yourself without our supervision. Your counselor and myself may require strange and difficult tasks or decisions from you, no matter how disconcerting or uncomfortable it gets. I promise you, if you stick to the program, you will walk out of here a different person with a different, better life. You are free to leave at any time if you cannot handle the rehabilitation process. However, now that you've entered the facility, you'll be served a gag order prohibiting you from talking about any of your experiences here upon leaving. Do you understand?
Yes. Can I ask a question?
Be my guest.
Why didn't anyone want to look at me? How come the other people here aren't talking to each other?
All new residents go through an isolation period. You will not be allowed to interact with any of the other residents until your counselor deems you fit to move on to the next stage of your rehabilitation. You will eat all of your meals alone, and you will spend your recreational time alone. However, your counselor will provide you tasks to work on through this time. Once you've made sufficient progress, you'll be allowed to socialize with the larger community here. Do you still wish to commit yourself to our
the prime location for romance.
No, you're not my type. Plus, I've still got somebody on the outside. So what do you think so far? Isn't all this so weird?
The caretaker said that we aren't supposed to talk to anyone.
Isn't that a little bit creepy? Doesn't it bug you they're trying to control every little thing about you? We're just talking, it's totally harmless. We're just becoming good friends.
If you're so creeped out, why don't you leave?
Because I need a new life. I need to show someone my ability to change. I need this program. But I don't see how us chatting could be so bad. Let's be best friends, what do you say? Sounds better than being left all alone.
Look, any minute now someone could walk down the hallway, they see us talking, and then we both be kicked out. I'm sorry, sir, but I can't.
My name's John. Fine. Have it your way. Just don't come running back to me when you've lost your mind from loneliness. I need somebody to talk to.
Let's begin with some basic questions. What is your full name?
Megan Knotts.
John Bell.
Where were you born?
Denver, Colorado.
Willow Grove, Philly.
What do you know about what we do here at the Cove?
I don't really know. Help us get back on our feet.
Did you come here entirely of your own free will? Or did you do it at the behest of someone else?
There's no one else in my life to behest me here, so it's all me. This is all my crazy idea.
In one word, tell me what brought you here. What's our biggest priority to focus on to help you through your life rehabilitation?
Guilt.
Loneliness.
Good. That'll help me to help contextualize the broad program here for your specific needs. Now, the ideology of the Cove is a simple one.
The main principle here is that most people fail to recover their lives or shape them into what they desire because they cling too much onto the constructs, or lives that serve them no good.
When people try and fix their lives, they're usually trying to adapt themselves and their behavior to fit a world, a life that's already broken.
This is treating a symptom, not the disease. What is almost never noticed or considered is that often the lives people are living will not accommodate them any real change, certainly not the kind necessary to create a positive impact. This results in a kind of inevitable failure, where no matter how much a person tries to fix themselves, they can never find success in that life. That life has essentially doomed them.
So, what are we to do? Well, we choose to cast off the lives we lived before and sculpt new ones. Change not only how we behave, but who we are and where we are. In order to find success, you must create it for yourself. Create a new everything.
But how do we do that?
We begin by slowly getting you to detach and ultimately reject symbols and ideas from your previous life, the person you are now. This brings you to a tabula rasa, or blank slate. From there, we hope to conjure a new sense of self, an entirely new person with new habits and tastes. Then we let you pick a new location to start fresh, and once you've made the proper arrangements, you'll be released and free to go live this new life.
How can this be legal? This sounds insanely illegal.
I promise you it's entirely legal and incredibly successful. But it's also grueling, difficult work. Not everyone is cut out for complete detachment from the person they've been for the majority of their lifetime. But no medicine tastes sweet, and if you complete the program, you can guarantee that the last years of your life will be happy, fulfilling, and beautiful. You'll be able to find a family and a large group of friends who love you. Isn't that what you want, John?
You'll be able to move forward without always having to look back. You'll be able to let go of the monster that keeps clawing at you in the dark. Isn't that what you want, Meg?
Yes.
Yes. Come in?
Today we are going to begin the detachment process. In order for you to fully achieve and commit to a new persona, a new being, a new life, you need to have no reminders of or attachments to your previous self. Slowly, you will lose everything that made you you. So, what'll it be? What are you willing to give up first? If you can't pick something yourself, I'm going to have to take something of my choosing. Fine, you leave me no choice.
Hey, I was reading that.
Exactly. The now you was reading that. The new you won't be reading this. And I had done a hellish thing, and it would work 'em woe. For all the bird, I killed the bird that made the breeze to blow. Ah, wretch, said they, the bird to slay that made the breeze to blow. So, you like romantic poetry, huh? I'm not a fan myself, but I get the appeal. If you're to make it through this program, I highly recommend you start getting into other genres.
What am I supposed to do all day if I don't have my book?
We have a library that you can check books out from. Why don't you familiarize yourself with some westerns or cookbooks?
What's to stop me from getting more poetry?
Oh, we don't have any poetry here. Look, I know this is tough. It's hard to give up everything you've ever known. All the little shortcuts and shorthands and just your entire way of understanding. But I promise you, we wouldn't do this if it wasn't totally necessary. We can't hold your hand and skip through fields to make your life better. That's not how life works. There's hope, but you've got to push through a lot of darkness first. I'll see you later.
Sure. What do I need to do?
I need to take something of yours. If you are going to become fully detached from who you are now, you need to have no leftovers from who this person is. It's always best to give us something important early. Take a minute and think about what you'd like to give up. Cute kid. Is he your nephew or something?
No. He's dead now. I never even knew him.
These are your new clothes until such time as you have created yourself a new identity. You are still free to use your old names and discuss your old lives as per what your counselors require. But from now on, I will refer to you as guest 557 and you as guest 558. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes.
How was your session with 558?
He seems resistant still, but I'm sure he'll succumb with time.
He's an idealist. Always the most difficult. Target his weak spot, the girl. And 557.
She's still reluctant, but I sense that she is eager to attach.
She seems prepared to face her blockage.
She's emotionally frail, but willing.
Good. Let's push her to phase 3 by the end of next week.
Here a while now, and I see that you've completed the material detachment process. How are you feeling about everything? And about Samantha?
Oh, things are great. Yeah, they're just great. I'm really discovering a love for nonfiction, especially biographies. It's really interesting reading about all these successful people. It's inspiring. It makes me think about all the things the new me will be capable of. I don't even miss my stuff. Like, it's just stuff, right? Oh, yes, Samantha. Well, I've been trying to do those meditation techniques and, like, detach myself from the person I was with her. I bet she doesn't even want to see me. I bet my parents don't even want to see me. Just sick of me moping around, pining after her, just rambling on about how beautiful she is. You know, I've been having dreams where I think if I had just said something different somewhere in our relationship, I could have saved the whole thing. And then I think, well, if that's true, maybe if I get in touch with her, I can think of the perfect thing to say, and she'd take me back. But then I wake up, and I remember everything you said, and all the work I've done here. And I think, no, that's dumb, that'll never happen. So I did some of those thought exercises, and I cleared my head. And now I'm fine. I'm great. I'm happy. Just another happy guest here. Guest number 558. That's me. Happy as can be.
John, it's perfectly fine to still be attached. It's clear that you and Samantha had very different ideas about where you were in a relationship and how you both felt. And that happens. You just need to be honest with me about how you thought things were going and how you're feeling now. Are you sure that you're really this happy?
Yes. I'm fantastically happy here.
So, Meg, a guest 557.
Guest 557, yes. It's clear that you've taken to Mrs. Owens tells me you've completely changed your hobbies, your eating habits. You seem to be a model of the program's success. Except you have yet to tell me much of anything of substance. Every time you come close, you dodge around it. I know something happened. Something you feel haunted by. And I'm doing what I can to try to help you.
Feel free to look it up. I'm sure it's all over the papers.
Meg, how are you ever going to be able to detach yourself from what happened, fully and successfully, without relapse, if you don't confront it? It's not going to go away no matter how much you change materially if you also don't detach from it mentally and emotionally. I hate to say this, but until you talk to me, no matter how well you're doing in all other aspects of the program, I will not allow you to pass on to reintroduction. Please talk to me. This is for you.
Well, I've always been, May always was, a cautious driver. Always drove the limit, wore a seatbelt, and came to complete stops. But it can be hard to keep that in mind when you feel flustered. My mother, I owe her a lot. She never let me take a day off. She taught me to work hard, to not take anything from anyone. I had this boyfriend when I was younger, who scoffed at me when I told him I was going to be a CEO one day. My mother kicked him out of the house and forbade him to see me again. But there was always someone who could push me around and tell me what to do. Her. I could go be as independent and successful as I wanted, as long as I made sure to always be available. And no matter how well I did, no matter how many of my own goals I managed to achieve, it was never enough for her. I was continually a disappointment. She relished in telling me this whenever she could. I think she thought it would motivate me, but it made me feel worthless. I was alive, though, and still working hard every day to improve myself and my business and to make my family happy. I was on my way to an important meeting when my mother called. I tried not to answer the phone while driving, but I picked it up. She was desperate for me to come over and do something. I can't even remember now. But she just had to have me come over right then, or else she'd die, and I didn't love her. So I said I'd go. I pulled over into a parking lot, called the office, and told them to reschedule the meeting. Then I turned around and sped away. I was so furious, so disgusted with both myself and my mother. And so I didn't stop in time.
Stop in time for what? It's okay, you can tell me.
I could have slammed on the brakes and everything would have been fine. But I didn't start to brake in time. I didn't see it, just wasn't. The driver of the other car survived. She didn't properly buckle her son in. He was only 5. Jordan. I killed this woman's son.
But it's not your fault. You didn't kill Jordan. You didn't neglect to buckle him in.
I didn't stop my car. I didn't swerve out of the way. The court ruled that we were both at fault, that the guilt was shared between us, but that didn't stop the screech of tires at night or the windshield spiderwebbing in slow motion. It would have been easy for me to just blame Jordan's mother, to write her off as a lazy mother who couldn't handle a child. But I can't blame her. She had to confess all of her shame and guilt during the hearings, and she just kept looking at me with this look of fear and hatred.
But you don't have to blame yourself. A million things could have gone a little bit differently, and Jordan could have died anyways. You were trying your best to keep your head above water, and a mistake happened. A tragic, awful mistake. But you are not the sole cause, the sole reason why it happened. You don't have control over that kind of thing, but you do have control over how you interpret the event and how you can change yourself. You can move past this, Become someone who never hit another car and doesn't carry around this burden. We're more than this single event, and you can learn to get away from it. Trust me. It's gonna be okay, Ghost 557.
I thought we weren't about to socialize with others.
That's only while you're still detaching. Now that you've managed to distance yourselves from your previous lives, we're allowing you to interact with new people. It's a chance to try on your new skin before you wear it all the time outside. So, have you thought of a new name for yourself?
Yes, Violet. My name is Violet.
Well, Violet, I'll leave you two to meet one another.
Hi, I'm Violet. Nice to meet you.
Seriously, Meg? You don't honestly think a new identity can change you, do you? What about the genetics? The years of socialization that dictate so much about who we are? You don't think a new name and some pop site can change all that? Fine. It's nice to meet you, Violet. My name is Jordan.
Nice to meet you, Jordan.
So how long do you think we're going to be stuck here? If you ask me, I'm ready to tackle the world already. Get my hands on a phone. Be in touch with some real people.
Aren't we in touch with each other right now?
Yeah, but you're a bit weird, aren't you? I mean, this whole brainwashy culty thing. I mean a real person.
Look, if you don't believe in the program, why are you still here? Why don't you just leave?
Because I want to at least look like I've changed, become a new person. There's somebody, when she sees that I dedicated myself to full life rehabilitation, she'll understand. She'll take me back. I need the end result. The happy certificate declaring me sane and changed. I've been working on all the things she broke up with me for. All the attachment issues or whatever, and I'll get her back. It's all I deserve after being stuck here for so long. We both deserve something else after all this.
You're sick.
What was that for? We all have someone we want to be with. Don't you? What a madhouse this is.
I don't know if I can do this.
I believe that you can, but if you don't want to complete the program, I understand. I won't judge you harshly if you leave, but I need you to tell me why first.
How can I really change myself? How can I fight all the years of being Meg, of having her body and her mind?
You're right. There's a lot of stuff going on in our minds that we can't just get rid of. It's probably impossible to change our phobias, our tastes. There are limits to the work we do here, but they're bigger than these small ideas. What we can do is give you a context to a fresh start. Imagine if everyone who came here decided to start fresh on their own. They'd fly to a new city and try to start up again, but they'd constantly be thinking about their homes, their families. Their families would beg them to come back. What do you think the success rate of something like that is? It's not very high. Here we can control almost all of these factors. We force you to try new things. We cut you off from contact. We counsel you, and we help you to overcome your blockage. We even give you an entirely new identity, so it's harder for your family to go nosing and finding you again. Don't worry about having to be 100% completely different. Just focus on this new blank canvas we're giving you and painting a new, better picture on it.
I think I'll stay.
I hoped you'd say that.
Good luck, Violet. You've got this.
Thanks.
Now that we're all gathered, we may proceed. Let the record show that we're gathered here at the Cove on the 17th of August to determine whether or not Megan Knott, now wishing to be established via the Cove's practices as Violet Stevens, shall be granted this recognition by the United States government, and whether her rehabilitation at the Cove be deemed successful.
Violet, we're going to ask you a series of questions. These are just to ensure that you fully adapted into you yourself and that the program has stuck. Are you ready?
Violet, have you ever been convicted of a crime?
No. Have you ever had any major surgeries, leaving any scarring or identifying marks? I had a bad fall about 2 years ago, but no surgeries, no.
Do you enjoy going to the movies?
Yes, I like the movies very much, especially romantic comedies.
Did you graduate college?
My counselor and I never talked
to memorize a little speech of our new qualities and traits. You have to be able to improvise. You have to know things that weren't covered by your counselor or know how to dodge those questions. You have to be able to face triggers that refer to your own trauma and not slip. Some people take this interview a couple times before they pass, but I think we're all in agreement. You aced the test. Congratulations.
Now, onto the formalities and paperwork.
Do you, Violet Stevens, being of sound mind, agree to commit your former self, Megan Knox, to death via the work and practices of this establishment, the Cove?
I do.
Do you also then fully agree to live, behave, and operate as your new self, Violet Stevens, for the rest of your natural life?
I do.
Then sign these, please.
And we, on behalf of the United States government, officially recognize you, Violet Stevens.
Congratulations, Violet. Make the most of this.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Tomorrow I'll start getting you housing and a job.
I look forward to it.
You're on thin ice, you know. I almost decided not to let you do this, but your counselor thinks there's some hope for you yet.
Yeah. Let's just get this paperwork out of the way. Then we can all go home nice and happy.
How soon can I move in? Really? That soon? No, that sounds great. Thank you so much. Bye. I did it. I have a new place to live and a new job and everything.
Wait, we have to discuss travel arrangements.
Hello? Samantha? Hi, it's me, John. I have something to tell you. No. Don't hang up. I know we broke up and you said never to contact you again, but I'm changed. Samantha, I'm better now. You can...
I knew you weren't cut out for this. You know you're not allowed contact with anyone from your previous life. Well, this is it. You're out. Go pack up your bags and be ready to leave within the next hour.
Where am I supposed to go?
It's not our problem anymore.
Why? Why did you do something so stupid? You were so close to leaving. Why did you have to go and mess it up? If she said that she didn't want to talk to you anymore, why couldn't you just have accepted that? What makes you think that you deserve anything, let alone the respect and attention of another human being?
Because I miss her. I love her. Doesn't my pain, my love mean anything? I couldn't just sit around here and wait. I had to take back what was mine and hold it. And thanks to all of you, I have nothing.
I promise to do better. I won't be him. I promise. I know. Have we met before?
I'm quite sure we haven't.
Well then, I'm Violet.
Pleasure to meet you,